Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, and joined with me, as always, is the man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, how are you, buddy?
Doing absolutely wonderful. How about yourself?
Can't complain, man. We're almost 1 week removed now, but hey, sorry, before anything else, everybody, please like and subscribe. Like I said earlier, our a couple of our accounts got hacked, but the new addresses are there and available to everybody. Instagram, Samp and Chance AND, so Samp AND Chance. Instagram account, and there you can find our bio tree and our links to everything else. So like and subscribe. Again, a big shout out to all our new subscribers and all the new people that have kind of
Yeah.
joined us on this journey. So thank you for that. And we hope to get more of you on board with us as we carry on here. That all being said, Trent, we're almost 1 week removed from the supposed super fight, as I like to call it. Uh, Outcome was what we expected in terms of Victor, but it wasn't the
Well,
fight
not
I
what I
expected.
expected, but you
It's
said
not
it.
the,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not the fight I expected at all. We're talking Canelo Triple G. Um, I don't know where to start with this one. I mean, I take nothing away from Canelo. He boxed beautifully.
Yeah.
I don't think Triple G showed up until the eighth round.
I don't know what he was doing though. Maybe he could give him the first round, but that was lackluster. But there's no controversy in this fight. Canelo won unanimous. I had it 8-4, maybe 9-3 for Canelo, but I don't know what he was doing. He said after the fight was the game plan was let him tire out, but you lost 6, 7 rounds straight. By then it's too late. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I almost got the feeling he was trying to do the Rocky thing, just kind of tire him out and then kind of come in heavy. And you saw that, right? And I did say that Canelo would get cut over one of his eyes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So even in 4 rounds, Triple G showed what he could do.
Oh yeah, when he turns it up, he's dangerous, but he didn't turn it up. And actually,
I
Lomachenko was sitting ringside, and I didn't know till after the fight, but he said after the second round, he said Triple G's hurt, something's wrong with his right side. He's not throwing his right hand. So Lomo thinks he had some busted ribs or something. I'm not saying he did. He didn't make any excuses. He admitted Canelo won, but that's what Lomachenko was saying at ringside.
Well, he could be injured, right? I mean, he could have
But
been
then, if you
injured.
notice in the first or second round, Canelo jabbed hurt his left hand on hitting a body shot, and I could tell he went like this after. The commentators missed it, but Triple G never exploited that. I don't know if he missed it or didn't notice it. His corner should have picked up on it.
Yeah, okay. So the left wrist.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently, according to Eddie Hearn, in post-fight interviews and stuff that he's done, he's gone on record as saying that Canelo hurt his wrist against Caleb Plant.
Okay.
Okay, so he's been icing it and kind of working through it without having to go, the full distance of surgery or whatever. So he went into that wrist as well with Bivol and just icing it and trying to treat it as best as he can. He did the Triple G fight with it too, and I guess, like I said, he really wanted to knock him out. So you can only imagine how hard that punch was for him to shake his own hand after.
Yeah.
So now he's going for surgery. So we probably won't see Canelo again till May,
He's
right?
actually, yeah, he said he's not going to, no, he's saying he wants a year off for a year. We don't know. We'll see, but he's saying he wants a year off. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think May. He's pretty much standard now. The guy fights twice a year, Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Weekend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just lines up exactly for Cinco de Mayo, right? I mean, if he goes
Yeah.
in, gets the surgery done, I think he has some ligaments and tendons that need attention in there. So if that's the case, so be it. And then
I
we
don't know
probably
why
won't see
Triple
him.
G's corner, they didn't mention it to him at all. I was listening, I didn't hear one thing about it. I'm not bad corner work, I thought. Also, one thing that I just was disappointing the most about that fight, besides the outcome, is the
Mhm.
commentating by DAZN. I thought it was super Canelo biased, pro Canelo. I missed the days of HBO because that was some god awful
Well,
commentating.
I tell you what, man, the feed that I had, the DAZN feed that I was watching, unfortunately, I could not get onto your feed because I think too many people were on your line.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, so I don't know, whoever has your account, whatever the case may be,
Just me
brother.
and you. You go
Yeah,
watch it again on the feed that I have and listen
yeah,
to the
yeah.
commentating.
Because I watched the British commentating. I,
Oh,
I
okay.
got I got the DAZN feed with the British commentating off of my box.
And how was that?
To be fair, those guys are impartial. I've always liked the British commentators anyways. So I had
Yeah.
no problem with it. I mean, I don't think they were one-sided at all. They were kind of, neutral down the middle. Here's what I was thinking though, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, or if I'm on the wrong path here. One thing I was thinking about when I was watching it, remember we talked about how tentative how tentative Triple G might be in trying to get inside and trying to land some of those shots without having to face any counter punches.
Yeah,
I almost got the sense initially that he was afraid to get in there and do his work
until it was too late. Yeah, I think that
until
he
it
was
was
gun
too
shy.
late. He was
Yeah.
gun shy only for the fact that he's afraid of getting hit. He didn't want to get knocked out. He didn't want to get hurt. And some of those shots were powerful. They hurt, but he
Mhm.
never shows it, right? That's the beauty of Triple G. Taking nothing away from him, I think he fought a little scared.
I think the first few rounds he did, then I think at the end he just said, "Screw this, I got to go for it." He went for it. How do you know that the whole fight would have different outcome? Maybe
I don't know, man. Like I said, I mean, he cut Canelo,
he
right?
did.
He
Yeah,
he got him over the eye. So I mean, Canelo got a cut in there, and that's only round 8, 9, and 10 that he
yeah.
was probably most effective, right? And then he kind of that 12th round was not exciting at all.
No,
I mean, of all three fights, this was probably the most boringest of the three.
it was because now they figured each other out. Now, right? They done 36 rounds, and not one guy's been knocked down or
No,
seriously
no,
hurt.
no, 100%. And I think also, according to Eddie Hearn and DAZN, they did 1.6 million buys for the
Yeah.
pay-per-view. But other sources are saying it was somewhere between 550 to
So yeah, I looked into that.
575.
So in North America, 575,000. Worldwide, 1.6 million, and then 680 theaters in the US. You could pay $30 and go watch it. So Eddie Hearn is right. On a worldwide was 1.6 million, and then Dan Raphael said 575, which he's right. That's only North America. Worldwide was
Yeah,
1 million.
yeah.
So
So I mean, they saw record numbers and people subscribing to the app. Obviously, they had to get the
and
pay-per-view.
imagine how much it would be if all the pirating that's going on.
Well, you know
So many
what?
people pirate
I'll be
nowadays. So
on.
those,
I'm not for pirating. Don't get me wrong. I don't condone it. But at the end of the day, when they're charging you a stupid amount of money for something that's not guaranteed in
no, I know. I'm
today's,
just saying when people
yeah,
pirate, though, I'm not for or
no,
against. When they pirate, though, it hurts the fighters. It hurts the promotion because they're taking money out of their pocket, right?
no, I get it. I get it 100%. I mean,
I mean, everybody's pirated. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but what I'm saying is that hurts a lot too, right? So 1 million
yeah,
pay-per-view, that's pretty good.
yeah. No, I'm not saying I haven't either. Trust me. I mean, back in the day, LimeWire and all that shit and Napster.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
exactly.
kind
We've
of
all done it.
outdated, right? But I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just the way of the future, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. If it's there, it's just accessible to people. Why not use it?
I guess it's one way to look at it, but then it hurts. It hurts the guys fighting and stuff. They complain about fighter pay when people are stealing it. That hurts them
Yeah,
too, right?
I think it hurts the guys on the lower card. I don't think it hurts a guy like Canelo.
But not the top of the top, like the
No,
creme of the
no,
creme,
no,
like
no.
Triple G and them. I think
Yeah,
Canelo got 40 million for the fight. Triple G got like 20 million or something like that.
one?
Canelo got 40 million. Triple G got 20
Oh,
for the fight.
20,
Yeah.
20. Okay, I thought you said one. I'm thinking, wow, that's
No. Which I mean, he got more than Canelo. I think if the split was 70-30 or something like that, which I don't think is fair, but
yeah.
20 million ain't bad either.
No, I mean, considering if he goes back to Kazakhstan with that, I'm sure he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and he's gonna fight again at 160. He's not retiring, so I mean, nobody
No,
got hurt in the fight, so
no,
he'll fight again.
he's still powerful, man. I still think he can hold his own at 160. I think
Oh yeah,
he's still a champion. So I mean, let's see where he ends up next, right? Let's see what's next for him. I think both guys have earned a little break here to kind of just recharge and figure out
definitely the
what
end
they
of the
want to do
trilogy though.
next. That is the end of the trilogy. I don't see that fight happening again. It just doesn't make
No,
any sense. Where does Canelo go from here, in your opinion? I know all the talk is Bivol, but I
I don't know.
mean,
I don't know what he wants to do. He's taking some time off. It's hard to say. Probably fight Bivol, I'd assume, but
well,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
talk right
Not
now.
if
The
Bivol
talk,
loses.
well, I mean, Bivol has to win, right? Which is kind of unfortunate because I mean, at the end of the day, he's the one who beat Canelo,
Yeah,
right? So, that fight will only happen if he wins. Like, come on, man. Like, I
but
mean,
Canelo's the A side though, right? And I mean, you watch his Bivol pay-per-view numbers, they're not going to be more than a couple 100,000, right? Canelo's the A side. That's why you call him the shots. Kind of like Mayweather would do it.
well, I mean, again, you're just fighting in different locations too. Bivol's gonna next fight is in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
So, you got the time differences and all the things there. I think it'll probably be catered more towards Russia and whatnot, where he's from. So, I mean, from that perspective, the numbers might be okay. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, I think the talk right now is him and Bivol again, right? I mean, does he go back to 175 or does Bivol go down to 168?
I think Canelo wants to go to 175. He's even talking about having a couple heavyweight fights. He's gonna get crushed if he tries that.
Well, I don't think he stands a chance in the heavyweights. Even
He's too
Usyk.
small.
The only guy that could probably, be a fun fight for him at heavyweight would be Usyk.
Yeah, that would be okay. They're similar, but even Usyk's pretty big compared to Canelo.
Yeah, because I just read something where Usyk said that, yeah, I'd go down to 168 and fight Canelo, for money,
That'd be a huge fight.
right? It would just be a money fight. He wouldn't care for anything else. Like the money would have to be good in order for him to do that. All right. So what's coming up this weekend? We got two big fights, at least that I think anyways. You got Joyce against Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, all these heavyweights are kind of lining up here, their spots. I mean, you got in the States, you got Deontay fighting in a couple of weeks here. And once whatever the outcome of that, will fight the winner, I guess, Andy Ruiz. And
I think so. Yeah, I think we're on path for a Wilder Ruiz clash.
I think that's going to happen, and that will be easy to do. Both are represented by Al Heyman and Showtime, so that should be an easy fight to make. I don't see how that could be hard. Joyce and Joseph Parker, man, that's going to be an interesting fight. I'm really looking forward to it. These are two big heavyweights, British and New Zealand represented here. I can't remember who is it. Is it Joyce or Joseph Parker? That's Tyson Fury guy. I think it's
Fury
no, Joe Joyce. He's a Tyson Fury guy. He trains with Tyson and everything, right?
He does.
The guy from New Zealand. So it's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, that kind of puts it in line for one of the other belts. So Joshua and Fury are going December 3rd, it looks like.
Not official, but
well, it's getting closer and closer, but I mean, they've given out the dates.
Which Fury is taking all the risks. This is no risk for Joshua at all. He's lost a bunch of fights in a row. He's got nothing to lose. Fury's taking all the risks by doing this too. I think he wants to clean out that division, then right off into the sunset. Take down Fury, then take out Usyk and call it a night.
I think that's the case here as well. I mean, he just wants to stay active. He can't fight once a year, and especially at that caliber. And he's taking all the risks, but I think he's picking Joshua at a time where he's really broken, man. He does not look right.
No.
He does not look right in any way. The outside of that 9th round against Usyk in Abu Dhabi there, I just don't know what happened to him. He's something wrong.
He switched trainers, didn't even make much of a difference, and they still lost,
But his training was the same, basically. Like I bet McCracken is sitting at home, his former trainer, like, what the fuck is this? I could have done this.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, he looked good for one round, so I don't know what
Fury calls him, the bodybuilder. I'm going to beat up the bodybuilder and then beat up the midget.
Well, that's it, right? I mean, and that's kind of the attitude he has to take, but he can't take him lightly either.
No, you can't. No, Joshua's still dangerous.
Right? Of all the guys that he's fought in the past little while, this is probably the biggest guy that he's fighting.
Yeah.
He was bigger than Deontay. He was bigger than Usyk, or sorry, he was bigger than Dillian. Looking at his last 4 fights, I mean, yeah, all the risk is on him, but ultimately at the end of the day, I never say never. This heavyweight thing has taught me one thing: since 2017, nothing's gone the way it's supposed to go in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, that's true.
By all accounts, one of those 3 guys should be undisputed world champion.
It's too bad Usyk saying that he's injured, because it should be Fury Usyk, not Fury Joshua. That's a cop out. Injured from what? That's what Fury said. What are you injured from? He said he fought injured last fight. He needs time to heal. Well, maybe he got injured, with the Fury said your fight was a sparring session. How did you injure yourself?
It pretty much was a sparring session. He's right. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of that, but I think Usyk missed the boat here, man. He did. He should have took the fight next. That'd huge. And that's why I'm saying to you, like I say, this heavyweight division is just completely nonsense in that sense, because everything the way it was supposed to happen, the way it should have happened, shoulda, couldas, obviously, you never know. Anything can happen in the world of boxing. We all know that. But all roads were leading to those 3 guys. One of those 3 guys was supposed to do what they were supposed to do. Usyk's name never was ever mentioned in the beginning. No, he kind of came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere. Ruiz came out of nowhere. Yeah. Okay, you want to talk about guys who spoiled the party, but notice it's Joshua both times.
Poor guy. That's what I'm
Right?
saying. It makes him dangerous in this fight because he's got nothing to lose here. He's expected to lose. Everybody's thinking he's going to lose, so he might surprise us.
Well, he's got power. He definitely has power, and I don't think Tyson, well, outside of Deontay, obviously, who has mad power, next level power, but that weight difference, that weight size, this guy's coming in probably not the same weight as obviously Tyson would at 270, whatever, but he's going to come in at a good 240, 250.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a big guy.
Right. And he definitely does have power when he has those moments. We saw it in the 9th round, you know.
He did. Yeah, he turned it up a little bit there.
But I've always said this about Joshua, and nothing against him. He's an amazing boxer. He kicked the shit out of me and you combined at the same time. No problem. I admit that. I know that. It's nothing to admit. But he was made. Like the Spice Girls were made.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
You
I know the
know?
Olympics, the training, the belts.
All
Yeah,
of it, all of it, you know, all of it that is Anthony Joshua. I mean, yes, he put the work in and he has the skill set, but every opponent until recently, that is, I guess Andy Ruiz was even handpicked. Right? Like all the opponents that he's ever fought were all handpicked.
yeah,
And he got Klitschko at the end of his career. Not,
yeah.
not
And
the
Klitschko
tail
knocked him
end.
down in that fight too.
Well,
So
that's it. That's it. That should have been a sign. And I'm sure those guys realized that then, oh shit, like, you know, this could be a problem down the road if he takes harder fights.
yeah,
You know,
that's true.
he's kind of fought everybody on the tail end of their careers to for the most part.
Yes,
You know,
except
outside of
Fury.
except Fury and Usyk, I guess.
Yeah,
Right. And Ruiz. Ruiz is a young buck. I think he just caught him, man. I think the lights of MSG, I think America, I think all of it just got to him in that fight.
yeah. And I think they're saying, some people in his camp are saying after Klitschko knocked him down, he didn't like that. And he doesn't like that rough style of fighting, and that's made him a little gun shy since.
Yeah, well, you know what's gonna cost you titles, man, because you can't be afraid to get in there, then you're in the wrong sport.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
So
so from there you got that. But hey, we touched on Joy Joyce and Joseph Parker. That's happening in Manchester this weekend. If you guys can watch it, you know, by any means, watch it. It's
Yeah, it
gonna
should
be
be
a
a fun
good fight.
fight.
I really recommend it. It's an afternoon fight, so if the weather starts to get crappy here, give you a reason to stay inside and watch boxing on a Saturday afternoon. Shakur Stevenson, I'm kind of impartial to the man only because I got to see him live. I'm a fan of him. The man did not make weight.
yeah, 1.6 pounds over. Yeah, so he lost. They're stripping him 2 belts.
Yeah, but he doesn't care. He didn't even want to take the 2 hours or whatever times allotted. Like he didn't even want to strip down. And
He's going to move up in weight class. He's too big for this weight.
well, he's going to 135, and he probably will take on the winner of Kambosos and Haney. I'm understanding. That's the
I
goal.
can see that.
He wants to take that one of those guys on next, right? So that's his path. That's what he's looking for.
And then he's
But-
fighting the guy that just beat Valdez, and he just beat Valdez himself. So
Yeah. So Robinson is no joke either. This is going to be an interesting fight.
well, put it to you this way: the Vegas Sharks put him at a 7-1 favorite, so they're giving no respect to him at all.
Yeah, but I think now Robinson's going to be coming in with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Regardless of what your plan is, and I like Shakur Stevenson a lot, you know, like
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
you know, I'm a big fan of him, but I will call it the way I see it. And I think that him purposely, and I will call it purposely, because he knew going on the scale. Watch that weigh-in. Watch it again after, you know.
I didn't watch
knowing-
it. I read about it, but I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
we'll watch it. Okay. I highly recommend going back and finding the clip. It's on YouTube. And just looking at him coming on the scale, very different from when he came on the scale against Valdez, right? You
Okay,
know, he looked like he knew he missed weight.
he knew it was coming. You think
He
he did it on
knew-
purpose?
I don't think he cared because he knew what the goal was after this fight. He wanted to go to 135, so he didn't care that they were going to strip him. They were going to take the belts from him anyways when he
Yeah.
moves up, right? I think it's a disrespect move, though. I think that's just
Very disrespectful. This is a fight in New York, and to come in like, I don't know, some professional.
Well, I mean, it's in New Jersey, where the Devils play at the Prudential Center, right? Yeah. I just think it's disrespectful to his opponent, regardless of who his opponent is. If you like him or not, he could be like one boxer that we both can't stand.
Yeah,
But you know, it's kind of like I just find it very disrespectful. I just don't think that's right. It's you gotta keep your commitment.
It was unprofessional for sure. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not. Like you said, I'm probably right. He probably didn't care.
Well,
He's
I'm
moving
not,
up.
I don't.
Paydays, right?
Well, I don't think he tried. I don't think it was purposely. Okay, purpose is a horrible word. Let's take that back. Retraction. I think it was more that he didn't care.
Yeah, I agree.
And not caring, and like, yeah, okay, he got down to 131.6, but I know it's 1.5 pounds, but at the end of the day,
That's the
take
rules,
those,
though.
but take those 2 hours, get to weight,
Yep.
do it right, honor the guy you're getting in the ring with.
Yeah. Well, look at it. He's thinking this way, right? Get this fight over. If he wants a bigger pay, this is not even a pay-per-view fight. This is a free fight. That goes to show you this guy's Robinson has no name value at all. Good fighter,
No.
yes, but no name value.
No,
So-
of course not, right? But this is where an opportunity for a guy like Robinson to come and make his name now, right?
Yep.
I mean, like you said, both of them have beat Valdez.
Yeah.
So from
No,
that
no, no.
perspective,
Yeah, yeah. So he's got nothing to lose, Robinson. He can make a name for himself here.
no, and he totally can, and he'll be the fan favorite. People will look at that, him missing weight, and that probably feeds him a little bit more too now. So I'm not saying Shakur's gonna, have any difficulties or anything like that per se, but he'll be challenged. But I think you're gonna get a hungrier Robinson coming now. And the
Yeah,
fight's
I
on a
think we're going
Friday.
to see. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're going to see Shakur unanimous decision. That's my take.
You think it's gonna go the distance?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. Ref stoppage in 10
Could be. Could be.
for Stevenson.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think-
going to try
I
to
think-
watch it if I can.
Yeah.
I think I'll
Well,
be able to.
it's Friday evening, right? So I mean, he probably come on at about 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
7, 8, something like that on ESPN, I believe it is.
Yeah, it's on ESPN. Yeah, free
So,
fight.
yeah. So I mean, his last fight was a free fight too. It wasn't pay-per-view.
Nope. Yeah, right. No, that's what I'm saying. He wants to fight the Haney's, the Lomos, these kind of guys. Cambosos, big pit, and I don't blame the guy. This is prize fighting, so power to
That'd be
him.
fun though. Like I love to see him and Haney because they're buddies. Like Haney was there for the Stevenson fight
Yeah.
in Vegas in April, right? So they're buds. They go back.
Yeah, they do.
Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, November 19th. Here we go.
Not official.
I
I
neither
don't
is
think it's
Tyson.
gonna happen, dude.
I think it's gonna happen. I think so. I mean,
It's less than 2 months away, and they haven't even announced it. That's a little promotion.
I think it promotes itself. I think
But the thing about it is like they're not going to get more than 600,000 pay-per-view buys. I don't think, because they don't have name value. They're good to the hardcore fan, but I don't think the average Joe is like, at least Canelo and Triple G, they're at Yankee Stadium, each other's face. Like they're promoting a little bit better than this one. Like this is less than 2 months away. Like they got to have a little bit of hype. I think if we don't see this to April or May, if we see it at all.
I know. I think November 19th is going to go. I'm looking forward to it. I think, again.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Because
Right?
usually fights are 90% of the time right now. It's at least 3 months in advance. This is not even. We're under 2 months now, so we're 57 days away, and we don't have any announcement.
Well, let's wait. Let's see what happens, man. Like I said, if they give a date and stuff like that, it's pretty much, sewn up. I would like to think, anyways. Usually it is.
It might happen, but I don't think we see it this year. But we'll find out. You could be right. I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right too, because I'm really looking forward to this fight. And I mean, no
These guys are like
disrespect.
Crawford's 34 years old. He's not a spring chicken anymore. So it's going to be almost too late. They don't happen next couple of years. He'll be 36, 37, and it's no fun anymore. It's
Well,
past his prime.
I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen this year. I think November 19th, it's going to happen. I don't think it's one of those fights that needs.
I think
kind
a
of
couple things
promotion.
holding it up is one is his NFL season, and two, on November 19th, we got the World Cup going on. So they're going up against a lot of things here. I think they should postpone it to the spring. We'll let the World Cup finish.
Yeah, I think the spring is too early, too late. If they're gonna postpone it, then make it January.
But these guys want big money, right? And on 57 days, it's not enough time to promote it and get everybody jacked.
Again, let's play it out. Let's see where they go with it. I mean, fights have happened with less time. Announcements and stuff like that have done really well. So I think the fact that these two guys do have a name, and I mean, not everything is catered to the casual fan.
No, I know, but they want big money. You need pay-per-view sales and not get the money they want. That's
They'll
the
get the
thing.
money they want though, regardless.
Well, no, because if for Triple G and Canelo to break even, they needed 600,000 pay-per-view buys, so they would have lost money. Luckily, worldwide was $1 million, but they would have lost money because they paid these guys $70 million.
Yeah,
Fighters
I
are
get
getting
it.
so much money.
I get it, but they're gonna get their money regardless of what they do.
No, they're not getting Canelo and Triple G money though.
No,
way they
no,
are.
no, they're not gonna get that money. You know, it's not even about the money. It's just kind of, for me anyways, it's just kind of like, this is
Yeah,
just
maybe
a
for
fight.
us, but for them, these guys are all about money. It's all they care about. They love to
Yeah.
fight and they do their best, but it's all about money for them.
No, I get that. But like
Prize
I
fighting.
said,
Like Brock Lesnar said, this is prize fighting. We fight for money, and whoever tells us we're not is bullshitting you.
yeah, no, that's fine. It's totally true. I agree with that completely. I mean, you're putting your body on the line, you're doing everything, and
Yeah.
you know, it totally makes sense. But then again, you know, not every fight's going to be a super fight. Not every fight, not every
No, that's
pay-per-view
true.
is going to be that, right? I mean, if you think like that, then you're never going to enjoy any fight. You're always going to have some negative
No,
criticism.
what I'm saying is that this fight is like it did not enough promotion behind it. They're not name recognition as like a Canelo or Triple G or a Fury to get that big pay that these guys are thinking they should get. Their
Right,
skills are great,
but
but their
there's
names
only
aren't great.
right now in boxing, there's only two guys who get that money: Canelo and Fury.
No,
Okay,
Triple H just got 20 million.
yeah, for fighting Canelo. If
That's
he
what I
goes
mean, but
right, but if he goes
That's what I
to
mean, a
fight,
prize fight.
right, but if he goes to fight Dimitri Andre or something like that,
Yeah,
okay,
he'll get like 5 or 6. Yeah.
right, that's what I'm saying. So regardless, unless anyone who's fighting one of those two guys currently are the only guys that are going to maybe make a double figure.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that Crawford and Spence, their names are they're not even probably top 7 or 8 name value recognition in boxing. They're great skills.
I understand that, man. But any fight you look at the Bivol fight coming up right now in Abu Dhabi, right? He's not going to make that same Canelo
No,
money.
he's not.
Right.
He's not gonna
So
make much.
that's the point I'm trying to say here. It's like you only have two guys you can fight to make that kind of money.
No, I agree. I agree.
Whereas everybody else, regardless, even if those guys do fight, they're not. I know they're not going to make that kind of money.
No, heck no. No,
Right?
I agree with what
That's
you're
a
saying.
given.
You're right.
Right?
What I'm saying is with the talent of Crawford and Spence, they're bad at promoting themselves, and their promoters bad at selling these guys. These guys' skills are insane. They should be more popular than they are. That's what I'm saying.
No, I get that completely. And you know, I think the pandemic played a big role in it. I think their inactivities have played a big role in it. I mean, Bud, I don't understand. Like, I like Bud a lot too. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm a huge Bud fan. How can he be world #1 pound for pound when he only fought once?
Criminal that he's #1. There's no way he should be.
Like, you know, like Canelo's #4, Usyk is #6. And Noah, like, he's only fought once this year.
I know. I don't understand it.
Like, I don't understand how they can rate them the way they do, rank, you know, pound for pound. Yeah, it's great for me to say I got a picture with the #1 pound for pound boxer in the world. That's awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I get it. I mean, Bob Arum's been at this for a long time. He had Crawford for a long time. So, I mean, it falls on the promoter as well and how he's promoting these guys. But then again,
promoter themselves, everything.
right?
Yeah.
But then again, not everyone, like how Canelo is doing it, because sometimes I feel he has the personality of a sponge.
Yeah.
Right, where Fury's out there, he's loud, he's boisterous, he's everything that you kind of want to see, you know, and you know, it's him self-promoting that's got him the money that he gets for the fights that he gets.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and that's what it is. So a lot of these guys don't self-promote themselves as it is, you know.
No, hurts them.
It kind of hurts them, but then again, I don't know if their hands are tied or they just don't know how to do it. Or
some guys just have a natural boring personality too.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, so it's just kind of like, yeah, to your point, it's just like none of these guys will ever make that kind of money.
No.
You know, it's not going to happen. And I get that. But at the same time, the fights have to go on and they got to accept what they have to accept for payment. So, I mean, it's all the onus is on the owners or the promoters and the boxers and the trainers and their management teams. Like, they got so many fucking people around them. Not one of them knows how to market them.
I know. I don't get that. Like Bud and Spence are such good fighters, but like they're just not that well known, which is a shame. I wish they were.
Well, they're known, but I think they're more known than you're giving them credit for. Personally, I'm not saying that everybody needs to know them. Not everybody, you know. Oh yeah, everyone knows Canelo. Everyone knows Mayweather. Everyone now knows Fury, so to speak, right? But Fury came to America and stayed in America and had, you know, all three fights.
Exciting. It's some of the most exciting fights ever. Yeah.
Right. And he held them all in the States. So that's what built him. You know, it kind of sucks to say that it's North America that decides if you're mainstream or not. Like you go back to the UK, Tyson Fury is bigger than life. Joshua's bigger than life. I mean,
Yeah.
over there, they're making 20 million pounds, 30 million pounds of fight, right?
That's because we got so many more sports here that we watch over boxing, from football,
Well,
or
that's
American
it.
football,
That's it.
hockey,
Yeah,
basketball.
I won't say that, boxing is a fringe sport here in North America, but it's definitely not up there with the top four, but it generates the money, man,
It
does
does.
it
I'll
ever.
put it to you this way: 5 years ago, I went to watch Canelo Triple G at the Brew House. This year, they're not even playing it. So it's like you couldn't even watch this fight at any bar where I live at all. You'd have to go to Vancouver to watch it if you wanted to watch it on a screen.
Yeah, no, 100%, because the
Sad.
amount of money they charge for it, right? Like, I don't know what the numbers are, but I mean, if we're paying 79.99 for the pay-per-view at home, those guys are paying like almost 5 to 7 grand.
Yeah, you need to have it. They want to guarantee a bunch of people in the seats before they buy that. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
UFC, though, every UFC pay-per-view, they have it. You can watch it at any bar. So,
yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. I guess
yeah.
people, I think you have to be a certain type of individual to truly appreciate the sweet science.
Yeah, it's like baseball. It's not for everybody. You got to really
No,
appreciate and enjoy
you
it.
have to appreciate and enjoy and know the
Yeah.
science behind the game and how it all comes together and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So, lucky for us, we are two of those types of individuals
We
that
like
will
baseball and
watch.
boxing.
Exactly, right? And with me boxing, I'll watch any fight. I mean, that's how I grew up. I mean, credit to my dad. He was a huge, huge boxing fan. So before I even knew pro wrestling chance, it was only boxing for me.
Nice.
Like I didn't know what wrestling was until I saw it that day. But before that, I knew who Ali was, I knew who Fraser was, I knew who Hagler was because of my father and his background in boxing and whatnot. So, just growing up as a kid, I've loved watching boxing. I used to watch, I don't know if you remember it or not, there used to be Tuesday night fights and then
Yeah,
Friday night
I know that.
fights, so like you got to see these guys come up and watch it. I watch boxing because I love boxing, not because of who's fighting. I'll watch any fight,
Yeah, me too.
except that internet shit. I can't stand it. I think that was just, I lost
Hey,
2 hours.
speaking of that, we never touched on this. We got Jake Paul and Anderson Silva October 29th.
Yeah, so talk about slow promotion there. Like that's less than.
Yeah,
the other
they
fight.
announced that a month ago. So yeah, 3 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Silva's the favorite. He should be. He looks pretty good in boxing too.
He looks really good. I mean, I guess this will tell us now.
I think there's a 24, 25-year age gap. So that youth does help.
Well, he's my age. He's 47.
Is he? He's only 47. So what's Paul, 24, 25?
Yeah, no, he's 40, isn't he? No, wait. Anderson? No, yeah, he's 47, I think.
Is he? Yeah, I thought he's older, but yeah, so he's late 40s and Paul's mid-20s. So
yeah, but I mean,
Anderson's got more skill. He's the favorite, but you know what I mean? Youth makes a difference.
Youth makes a difference, but I think skill will play a bigger role in this.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Anderson win, but you know what? Never say never. I mean, I'm not saying Jake Paul's good or anything, but he has improved on every outing. Again, this is not a boxer per se.
No, I think it's smart what he's doing. He's doing the prize fighting. He's doing the gimmick fights. The Paul brothers are fighting Mayweather. They're fighting Anderson Silva. So I don't blame him for doing that.
No, I have no blame with it. But the one thing I will say that I have an issue with Jake Paul is he talks about what Mayweather did in his fourth fight, or who so and so did this in their third fight. Comparably, yeah, but they still fought fucking boxers.
Mm-hmm.
To this point, in any of your fights, you have not faced a professional full-time boxer.
Speaking of that, you know who Tommy Fury's fighting next?
Who?
The guy that Paul was supposed to fight, Rawham Jr.
Oh, there you go.
Then Paul's laughing at these guys. They're going to make peanuts for that fight. Paul was saying it. So, I mean, good for Paul. I'm glad he didn't fight Hassan there because it would have been, I'm glad he's fighting Anderson. It's more spectacle.
No, I think fighting Anderson is cool. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against that fight, but I think he missed the boat in solidifying himself by fighting Rockman when he should have.
Yeah.
Right? He should have fought Rockman.
Yeah. If I'm his promoter, which I'm not, I would say, Jake, I don't care what anybody says about you fighting real boxers. You're going to fight Anderson and Mayweather and make a ton of money. Do it.
No. Hey, who's going to say no to that? I get it.
Yeah.
Right. But to solidify himself as a boxer, he should have.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
Right. And I think he did everything in his power to make it fail.
Maybe.
with the
Possible.
contract, with all of it, like the buy rates, everything, the thing wasn't selling.
Yeah, this fight will sell with Silva though. This will be a good one.
Oh, no, this is different. This is different, right? But it shows again that Jake Paul needs someone with some name recognition to make something happen. He can't do it himself. His name's not big enough yet.
No,
He
no,
could not
not
sell,
not in fighting world.
he could not sell out MHG.
No,
Right,
no,
that-
no. I think it's somebody like Anderson. He could, but yeah.
No, with Anderson he can because he's a household name.
And also, nobody wants to watch Rawham Jr. fight. Nobody knows who he is. Like, why do you want to pay to watch that guy? I get
Yeah,
what
well-
the people are saying, right?
Yeah, well, why would anybody want to see him fight Ben Askren? It was a
Because
train wreck.
because Askren has a bit of a name, right?
Askren's got a name in wrestling, though. That's the thing.
I know,
right?
but it doesn't matter. This is a surprise fight, so it doesn't matter what his name is. He's got a bit of a name. Rawham doesn't have any name at all. Nobody knows who he was. That's what Paul's saying. Like, he'll
I
never
think-
be considered a real boxer,
you know,
probably, but he's making a ton of money.
I think he's
so
making excuses for that fight personally.
maybe.
I think, I think he realized that it's not selling, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I don't
Probably
think,
did. He probably got out of it, but I don't blame him because why risk fighting a guy that nobody knows about? He could be fighting in a bowling alley.
Because he can
You're gonna
beat
fight
you.
one of the biggest MMA stars ever.
because he can beat him and he would derail everything he's trying to accomplish.
That's what I'm saying. There's no point in the fight. It's not worth it.
Well,
You might as well
because-
fight Anderson Silva. And if
I
you
get
lose,
it.
you
I
lose to
get
a
it.
big
So,
name.
no, you lose to a big name, but then you know what? People will still come back to that and say, yeah, you had the opportunity to fight a boxer.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. But the thing is, he's making tons and tons of money. I don't think he cares about that. This is,
Yeah.
like I said, he just wants to make a ton of money and entertain, right? You know what I mean? Prize
Yeah,
fighting, gimmicky fights, celebrity fights.
No,
It's
no,
not legit boxing. I get it, but
I get it. I get it.
Good
I
for
get it
him.
all. I get it all. Call me a purist.
what's that?
Call me a purist, old school kind of.
Yeah, no, I
thinking,
agree with what
right?
you're saying about him not
it's like-
being a real technical boxer. I don't disagree, but what I'm saying from his angle is like, I'm going to fight guys with names and make a ton of money, and I don't care what you guys say.
Yeah, no,
Good
I
for
get
him.
it. No, I mean, we're not in his position, so
Yeah,
But I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, he's gonna have to face someone,
yeah, unless he just keeps doing celebrity fights, I guess.
and that's unfortunate. I get it. You're bringing eyes to boxing and whatnot, but you're bringing the wrong eyes, in my opinion.
I mean, Silva's got a pretty good fan base too, so people are going to want to watch him too, right?
No, I get that. I get that.
Paul's
right?
smart. He knows people want to watch him lose. People want. He's like Mayweather. They love to hate the guy, so he knows that. So, hey, bring in Anderson Silva, bring in the good guy. He did get caught using PEDs, but still, you know what I mean? Anderson's gonna be the favorite in the fight by the Vegas, by the fans. They're gonna boo Jake Paul. He knows that.
To be fair, when he got caught with PEDs, that's before USADA and everything, right? That's when everyone was juicing,
Yeah,
right? That whole roster of UFC was juicing before USADA came in,
yeah. I know.
right?
John
What-
Jones hiding under the ring, dude.
Yeah, there you go. What's his face? The guy from Amsterdam. He beat
Oh,
Brock.
Alistair.
That man has shrunk.
Yeah, I know. What's up the juice?
He lost all his size and his bumps.
Yeah,
right?
he was massive in his day though. He was so big. So,
Yeah. Oh, one thing I wanted to make reference on, and one thing I thought was really, really cool. So before Canelo and Triple G came out, they had their little video packages each, right? Did you see the Triple G one where they're talking? It goes, "Champions are cheaters." Like,
Yes.
that
Love
was
it.
like, cracked me up, man. Like, oh my
That was
god,
good.
you just felt
big
letting it
shot at
go.
Canelo there for doing the PEDs, another fight.
Yeah. But Canelo didn't come out with a lot of pageantry either, eh? Like the way
No.
he did. I think he was pretty serious about this fight. Like
He wanted to end the trilogy. He wanted to shut people up. He's tired of hearing it.
Yeah. He actually
So-
got pissed off at the press conference too and ended it abruptly. Did you see the press conference at the end?
I didn't watch it. No, what do you get mad about?
He got mad because one of the reporters asked him about him not fighting Mexican fighters, and one of those Mexican fighters would be David Benavidez, who a lot of pundits, a lot of analysts are saying that this could be the one guy that at his weight class and everything could really, really fuck up Canelo.
Good,
And
possible.
Canelo took offense to the guy. Like the guy's like, look, I'm not saying I don't want to fight Mexican fighters. It's like, Mexico is my country, and he wants to promote the guys coming out of Mexico and not
Kind
derail
of lame
anyone.
though, because that's like saying
It is kind of lame, right? But here's
Spencer
the
and
funny
Crawford
thing.
can't fight because they're Americans. Like, we're not gonna have any fights.
But here's the thing, man. So I believe Benavidez is born in America.
Okay.
He's half Mexican and half Ecuadorian, I believe.
Okay.
So he's not even a full Mexican.
No, just yeah, I don't like when they do. That's like saying
And
well,
he's an
Fury and
American.
Joshua can't fight because they go from the UK. We're never
Right,
having
right.
fights then.
But I think this is going to be the knock on Canelo is that he didn't fight the guys he was supposed to fight at middleweight. He
Could be.
avoided a lot of guys, man. He's avoiding the Charlos. He's avoiding, the Benavides, which is the fight that everyone, I've been saying it for the last couple of years. That's the fight to make. That's the next
He
fight.
might do it still. Maybe this cap like, hey, dude, you got to strap that you won't fight Mexicans and fight these guys. He might.
Right? But he's not Mexican. Okay. I mean, okay, fine. Don't fight Chavez Jr. He's Mexican.
Mhm.
But outside, really, in the middleweight class right now, in his weight division, let's say between 160 and 175, because that's where he seems to float a lot, right?
Yeah.
Who's the top name Mexican guy that would challenge him? Outside of Benavides, who's half Mexican and American born.
That's pretty much it.
Right. So fine, don't fight Mexican fighters. This guy's not Mexican. Fight him. That's the fight to make.
Yep. No, I agree. Maybe one day it'll happen.
Right. Even before Bivol fight is more of a redemption fight, if you want to call it. It has no value to it.
Yeah,
Unless
he
the
needs that
straps
win.
are on the line. And to be fair, if they fight again, I don't think Bivol should have to put his title on the line if he has it.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point.
Right? Why would he have to defend his title a second time against a guy he already beat?
I'm not sure what the rematch clause says about that, though. Maybe it's in there.
It shouldn't be, though. I mean, by all accounts, he was the champ going into the fight. He should have the rights, right? I get it. He was the 8 side anyways, regardless because
Yeah.
of the name and whatnot. But I think he should have some pull in that. I mean, if anything, go down to 168 and fight him for his straps. That'd be the
That'd
fair
be cool,
fight.
too. Yeah, that's
That'd
the way
be
to
the
do
next
it.
fight. Then where are the excuses? There are no excuses for Canelo then.
Yeah, well, that's true. He's being very carefully managed, though. His management's slick.
Well, I mean, Eddie Reynoso is no fool.
What's that?
Eddie Reynoso is no fool, my friend.
No. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely. He does 100%. All right, Chance. This day in boxing history, do we have anything that happened on
We
this day
do.
in
It actually
boxing?
technically happened yesterday. I wasn't going to bring it up, but it was such a big fight.
Yeah.
37 years ago today, Larry Holmes was on the journey of trying to beat Rocky Marciano's record to go 49-0. He was 48-0. He fought Michael Spence in Vegas. He lost a 15-round decision, 20 title defenses in a row. Didn't get the Rocky Marciano record, lost his belts to Michael Spence in a 15-round decision in Las Vegas 37 years ago today.
Wow, Larry Holmes.
And another thing about Larry Holmes,
Uh-huh.
he's 72 years old. His last fight was when he was 52
Yeah.
in 2002, and he fought the one and only Butterbean and beat him in a unanimous decision at 12 rounds.
Well, if he didn't beat Butterbean at 52, then there's something wrong with Larry Holmes.
Yeah, it was not a bad fight. I actually watched it the other day. It was okay.
Was it really?
I
should go look at that. I should go back and watch that. I don't remember the highlights of it or anything.
Yeah, they that fight between Spinks and Holmes was labeled, the title of the fight was history, because he needed that one fight. He just had to win that fight. 49-0, 21 title defenses, tied Rocky Marciano's record, and he couldn't get it because Michael Spinks upset of the night.
That is crazy, my friend. That is crazy. Talk about early spectacles back in the day, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
15 rounders, another 12, so brutal.
What do you think? Do you think they should go back to 15 or is 12 good for you?
I'll keep it 12. 12's good. I think 12's good.
Fair enough. All right, Chad. So you're away this weekend. You're going off to watch Monday Night Raw with the Flying Reins there. I wish you safe journeys and travels. And WWE's in town this weekend, so I'll be heading that way to kind of check them out, and then you'll get them after me. So we'll touch base and see what's going on there. And guys,
for sure.
I guess that's it for today. I think we've kind of basically covered everything we
Good
wanted to talk about.
Today, as always.
There's a lot going on in the world of boxing. I'm sure we haven't touched on all of it, but yeah, as we keep going here, we'll bring you more and more of the news. So Shakur Stevenson tomorrow night, as we're recording this on a Thursday, he goes, I guess no title on the line now. So how does that work? If Robinson wins, does he get the straps?
No.
So no one gets the belt.
Stripped him of it. I don't think he would.
Because it's like UFC. Like, for example, when Charles Oliveira got screwed on the scale, I like to say, because that was wrong, man. Something was wrong there. But anyways, Oliveira was stripped of the title, but I think who was he fighting? Who was he fighting that day?
I'm not sure which fight you're talking about. I didn't hear
His
that one.
last fight.
Oh, I can't think of his name off.
He's
I know what you
fighting,
mean, though.
yeah, he's fighting Makhachev for next in this month,
That's
right?
gonna be a good fight. October,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Was it Poirier? No, it wasn't Poirier.
Gaethje?
Gaethje, there you go.
Yeah.
If Gaethje won, he would have taken the belt.
That's a good question about tomorrow's fight. Actually, I'm not sure on that. We gotta look into that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll take a note. Let's find the answer, and then maybe we can do a post on Instagram for it or something just to
Yeah,
give people a little
good
sense
question.
of it. But yeah, so I mean, if that's the case, then Robinson's fighting for more. I mean, if not the case, then that's just an even bigger disrespect to
It
his
should be. I
opponent.
think you're right, though. That if he wins, he should get the belts from Shakur, right? He got stripped them, but still should be on the line.
They should be on the line for the other guy. So why would the other guy be punished as well?
Exactly.
He earned the right for a title fight. You know, Shakir wins,
Yeah.
he doesn't get the belts. He walks out still no champion. And then the belts are on, belts are held up, right? Then they
Yeah.
go to the next two guys or whatever. But yeah, no, that's it, man.
I'll
Joey
look into
Joyce,
that.
Joseph Parker, they're fighting Saturday afternoon. Make sure to check that out. It's going to be a great heavyweight tilt. These guys are very skilled,
Yeah.
very strong. So something exciting to look forward to. Joseph Parker is a Tyson Fury guy. So you know who he's training with. So I don't know how much Tyson has rubbed off on him in terms of his skill or his technique or style. Should be a fun fight. And
Yeah.
then that's basically Friday and Saturday. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for boxing this week, my friend.
Yeah, busy weekend for boxing, got a little wrestling, so it's gonna be fun. Football,
That's-
so it's gonna be
There
good.
you go, man. There you go. Everything. My Steelers are playing tonight against the Browns. So that
That's
should
gonna be ugly. The battle of the backups.
You know what? Whatever, man. Like I said, I'm not giving the Steelers. I'm not going to complain about the Steelers until maybe a year from here.
Yeah.
Let them
We'll see
go.
what
Let them
Pickett can
figure
do.
it out. Pickett hasn't even started. I think it's just a question of when Tomlin will give him the ball and let him go,
Eventually.
right? And then make it his team. And then once it's his team, then you're looking at another year. So I don't expect anything from the Steelers until 2024.
Yeah.
To
It
be
sounds
fair.
about right.
Right? So I'm not upset about anything. I'm happy, go lucky guy. All right,
Nothing wrong with
so
that.
no, absolutely, my friend. All right, so I am Bobby Sampson. I am joined with my man Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great AC/DC, those that download, like, subscribe, and share the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you, and in the immortal words of one Ed Whalen, in the meantime and in between time, that's it for Samp&Chance. Everybody, we are heading into the weekend, so be safe, enjoy, do what you got to do, but get home in one piece to the ones that you love. Samp&Chance are out.